Hi everyone, you're watching the lab demos at cloudsecuritymasterclass.com. Each of our labs have a supporting article at our website. Please check those out for a well-rounded learning experience. AWS Organization makes the management of multiple AWS accounts better by providing a single interface to organize, manage, and administer all your AWS accounts. Here is a hierarchical diagram showing how AWS Organization can be used to organize multiple accounts in a production environment. OUs are organizational units, which are kind of like folders with AWS accounts or more OUs within them. Apart from being able to create and manage AWS accounts, organization also provides the ability to create top-level security policies and enable centralized security services across all the linked AWS accounts. In this demo, we will first create an AWS account via organizations from the AWS console, and then create another one from the AWS command line. We would then organize the accounts in a hierarchical structure as shown in this diagram, and finally, we would enable CloudTrail for audit logging across all AWS accounts in the organization. So let's start our demo by creating a new AWS account using AWS Organizations from the console. First thing to note here is that the account which is used to create the AWS Organizations is called the master AWS account or the management AWS account. I have already enabled organizations using this AWS account, which I've logged into. And you can see the name here, which is CloudSec Masterclass Account 1. A quick way to confirm this is to go to the IAM console. You have a section here called Organization Activity. And if I click here, it shows all the accounts that are linked to this AWS organization. And you see CloudSec Masterclass Account 1, same as the one which I've logged into, and it's called the master account. These other accounts have already been created and are linked to this AWS organization. Another way to see this and to do much more actions on this is to go to the AWS Organizations console. You will see the same structure as you saw in the IAM section here, and it shows this as a management account. But let's try to create a new AWS account using this service. So I'll give this AWS account a name. And an email address, which will be used as the root email address for this account. This email address needs to be unique across all your AWS accounts. I'm going to do a quick Google trick, which essentially the plus sign essentially makes is invisible to Gmail, but from an Amazon perspective, it considers this to be a unique email address now. So this is a good trick if you want to use a single email address to create multiple AWS accounts. And I'm going to keep all the defaults and click on Create AWS Account. And this will take a couple of minutes in order to create the AWS account, set it up with those initial configurations. And once it's done, it's going to show that account as a new account in this list of accounts. I'm going to click on refresh. And we have this product 1B demo test account here in this product list. So this is how easy it is to create a new AWS account from the organizations console. Now, keep in mind that you would not be able to log into this account until you reset the password for the root email address. It is also possible to use organization to create an AWS account via command line. Let's see how. Keep in mind the user trying to create the AWS account from the command line must have appropriate permissions from the IAM console. In my case, I'm logged in with user Leo. Let's quickly confirm that. And user Leo has administrative access privileges, so we should be good. So we're going to use the command AWS organizations create account, provide the root email address as this, and the account name as this. So this command runs async and provides us a request ID. And the state of the account right now is in progress. In order to see the account status, we're going to use another command. So this one is AWS Organizations describe create account status, and we are going to copy our request ID here. So this one says that the account name product one B prod is in a state of now succeeded, and this is the AWS account ID associated with this account. So if we go back to the AWS console and in the organizations tab, in the organization service, we should be able to see this account now. So let's do a refresh here. And we have this account, this product one B prod. So this is how easy it is to create an AWS account from the command line using AWS organizations. Now that we have the accounts created and linked to AWS organization, let's try to organize them into different OUs or organizational units. We'll be creating two OUs today, security and product one. Security would be housing this AWS account, which is used for centralized logging, and product one would house all these AWS accounts, which are starting with the name of product one. We will also be creating three sub AUs, one for development, one for production, and one for test. And these three OUs, these three sub OUs will be within the OU of product one. So I'll first select my root OU and click on create new organizational unit. Give this a name of security. I'm going to click on root AU again and create new organizational unit, call it product one. Within product one, I'm going to create another OU, call this dev, and again same thing within product one. I'm going to create another OU, call this prod, and one last time same thing for test. So now that we have the OUs and the sub OUs created, I'm going to select my AWS account, centralized logging, and click on move. Then move this to the security OU. And I'm going to do the same thing for other accounts. So product 1A dev, product 1B dev. I'm going to move this to the dev OU within product 1. And the prod ones will be moved to the sub OU within product 1 prod. And lastly, the test ones would be moved to the sub OU test within product 1. So after having done this, the console or the organization structure now looks much cleaner. We have the root OU. Within that, we have the product 1 OU, which has dev, prod, and test as sub OUs, and the AWS accounts are within that. Similarly, we have a security OU, which has a centralized logging AWS account. Now, with our accounts grouped and organized, we can create security policies or guardrails using service control policies for either the individual AWS accounts or an OU. AWS Organization is also a one-stop solution for enabling key AWS security services across all the managed AWS accounts that are linked to the organization. So if an admin wants to enable CloudTrail for audit logging on all AWS accounts, they do not need to go to individual accounts to do this. They can create an organization trail in the master or managed AWS account, and trails would be subsequently created for all other member AWS accounts. Let's see this in action. I have logged into two accounts here. One is the master account or the management account, which is CloudSec Masterclass account 1 ending in 6804. And you can confirm here 6804 CloudSec Masterclass account 1, which is the management account, and the other one, which is called Scratchpad A ending in 5404, which is right here 5404 Scratchpad A. This is a member account. Now, as a security administrator, I wish to create CloudTrails across all of these AWS accounts. And just to quickly confirm, we go back to our Scratchpad A or member account and go to Trails and confirm that no trails are currently existing in this AWS account. And that's correct, no trails to display. I'm going to go back to my master account and go to the CloudTrail section and try to create an organization CloudTrail. So I will click on Trails, create a trail, we'll call it organizational trail. And here is the button which essentially says that this trail will be enabled for all accounts in my organization. And I'm going to select this default S3 location, remove KMS. This is just for demo purposes, so I'm not detailing the options or the configurations within the trail. And I'm going to go on next and just select the defaults and click on next and create trail. So this then creates a trail called organization trail in the Oregon region in the management account. But what happens when I go back to the Scratchpad A account or the member account and click on refresh? So we do see the same trail also created in the member account. And that's really is the magic that happens with organizations, that once you create an organization trail in the master account, it is then replicated in all the member accounts. And also, as a member account, you can't delete this trail as well. And if you try to delete this trail, it will give you an error message saying you cannot configure or manage trails for an organization because this action requires you to sign in with the management account. So essentially, you're able to create trails, and the permissions to be able to delete or manage these trails rest with your master management account, while at the same time, you're able to create these trails in all of your member accounts. We have a section in AWS Organizations for services. Let's click on it. Here we have a list of AWS services that can work with organization. If we enable trusted access for either of these services, the service can then create permissions in each one of the member accounts to allow itself to do the tasks that are described in that service's documentation. Keep in mind that allowing trusted access does not mean that all the relevant configurations for that service is set up. So you would need to go to those individual services to set it up. This is similar to what we did for enabling CloudTrail access before. But this services section does provide us with a helpful list of all AWS services that can work with AWS organizations. So this is it for the lab walkthrough. Keep watching out for more videos and articles at cloudsecuritymasterclass.com.